But now that we've talked a little bit more about your background, let's talk a little bit about you as a streamer, right? So let's talk pretty at a novice level right now, because a lot of people who might be in here might want to think about starting up a stream or wanting to become a streamer. So let's talk about your setup a little bit. You have a very nice camera. In terms of equipment, how important is it to have good equipment when you're streaming for your growth?
I think it's very important. You know, as soon as you start out, you're not gonna have the best stuff. Obviously, as soon as you start getting bigger, and what you'll buy a camera, you might buy a better mic. Because when I first started out, I had no mic. I had a headset mic. I had no camera. I had no second monitor. I had my phone as a second monitor plugged in, so it would never die. I had a 60 hertz monitor, an old. Everything was old, but I mean, as soon as I got into Renegades, they still a headset mic. They gave me a webcam. I used the webcam. So I mean, I think, and now I wanted to, obviously stream full time. So now I have everything that's really, really good. But it's kind of important. I don't think it's too much important.
Okay, yeah, because I think a really common question is, what camera should I buy? And the answer that I always say is the Logitech. Just start with the Logitech, right? It's like a $80 webcam, and it works for 95% of everything that you need, right? Your camera is absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, right? It's like you don't have to, but if you can, right?
Yeah.
And it's worth the investment, because streaming setups are kind of like winter clothes, right? It's something that you're going to use for a really long time, but you're going to have to spend a lot of money on it right now.
Yeah, that's true. Like you said, you don't need the best stuff, but if you get it, it's useful. I mean, like a streamer, Moxie. Moxie doesn't have the best mic, but he doesn't have a webcam. But I mean, it works.
Mm-hmm. It's doing it on that personality. And so something else that is really commonly asked a lot of streamers is, what do you do before the stream, right? Is it something that you just kind of wake up and do? Or is it something that you gotta have to like get ready for? Just like running a marathon, sometimes it's good to run a lap or two. Is that something that you're doing before you come in on stream?
I think I just wake up and do it. It's become like this normal routine now. Sometimes, I'll take you through a little scenario. I might wake up, either go get breakfast, come back, and sit down and get my stream ready, or not even sometimes get breakfast, which is bad. But I mean, I start stream, just take a shower, start stream. It's not really that much setup.
Yeah. All right, because I think at least for me, I have like such a standard morning routine, right? That I think I would have to transition into the streaming thing, but you're able to just wake up, get clean, get going.
Yeah.
Man, I'm jealous of that, to be honest with you. My brain does not work that way. That is for sure. If I come home at like 12 o'clock in the morning, like I have to do something else for like an hour or two. There's like that wind down process that I absolutely have to do. And I think to get ready to like be online, and because when you're streaming, a lot of people don't recognize that like you're working, right? Even though you're playing games, you're working. It's a personality. It's just an extension and a magnification of that personality. And your gameplay is getting judged. And not everyone is super nice to you, but some people are really nice, right? And so, like, who do you listen to? What kind of feedback is the best? It can be really mentally taxing. And so,
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of advice would you give to someone who's kind of in that world right now, where it's like, I've been streaming for 6 months to a year now. I've got a nice setup, but for some reason, I don't have those viewers right now.
I would just say be yourself. I mean, like for such a long time, I was scared to, act like how I would normally act, like in person, because you are streaming, you do have a face cam, there's people that you don't know who are judging you, like you said, and I was scared. Like for such a long time, I was scared to just be myself, just be who I am, and I was just say, be who you are. I mean, if you're.
Yeah, and basically when I give that same type of advice, I go, people don't like you for you. They're not someone that you should be trying to get to like you anyway, right?
Exactly.
If you're having to change yourself and your personality just to get this one random person on the internet to like you, then it's you who needs to change that thought process, right? You need to just be yourself and take no prisoners. Be like, F you guys. If you don't like me, I'm me. Just go find someone else. There's a bunch of other people on Twitch that you're probably going to like more than me.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you get those people who need to express their opinion about you and why they don't like you in chat. And you just gotta, be like, hey, that's one person. You still have a lot of people that like you for who you are, and you just gotta keep grinding.
Yep, exactly. And so, that's some general advice, right? I think that's advice that a lot of people should really take into consideration in general, like for their lives, right? Be you.
Oh, yeah.
And it took me a really long time. I've been joking this whole time, and ever since BlizzCon, it's been kind of a joke between me and my friends. I'm 30 now, which is nuts to me, right? And well, I think I look pretty great outside of this facial hair right now. I don't look
you
quite
look
30.
Great.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
getting there.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I know, right? You're catching up. You'll get there eventually. I didn't live this until like a year and a half ago. When I first started casting, I read every single Reddit comment about me. I read everything on Twitter,
yeah.
right? And even though there were like, oh, I like this guy, or oh, Ham and Boop are great, the one comment that's like, these are the worst casters I've ever heard in my life. They're dumb idiots. That's the one that I remembered for a really long time. And so basically I just had to say, like, you know what? They don't like me, they don't like me, right? This other person likes me, and I like me, and I'm just going to keep doing my thing because I think we have a good thing going on. And until someone who matters, right, tells me I need to change, right? It's different if someone like Tim the Tatman came up to you and was like, hey, buddy, we should talk about this, versus, XOXO, Dark Shadow XOXO on Twitch, saying things like that. And so outside of that general advice, right, in terms of what's something that you wanted to know, that you wish you knew when you started, that you can tell other people who are watching right now?
One thing I had trouble on is consistency. I had, I didn't have a set schedule for my stream, which I do have now. Consistency was really an issue for me. Like I would stream at random times. I didn't. Yeah, I would stream at random times. My viewers didn't know when I was gonna go live, so they wouldn't be there. So now I have like, hey, I stream from this time to this time, this time to this time, so they know a window when to catch me.
Yeah.
Social media, ways for your fans to interact with you, Discord, Twitter, so they could, you could say, hey, yo, look, I'm going live, so they can follow you on it.